Welcome back to Inside Games, the only show brave enough to give you all of the week's news in a digest form. All right, let's talk about it. First up, Forspoken is a mess. The new action RPG from Square Enix is out and it is having some issues, to put it mildly. Previously, they've been having issues for a long time. The game got some heat for its poorly received demo back in the day, performance issues, as well as high-end spec requirements on PC. But now it's out and it is getting terrible reviews from both critics and fans. The PS5 version currently sitting at a 67 on Metacritic. That is very, very so-so, to put it nicely. GameSpot says it's, quote, visually stimulating and a musical delight, but boring combat, poor characterization, and loose movement mechanics make for a mediocre experience. IGN said it has a cliche story and a bare-bones open world. Now, fans have also been dunking on the game's dialogue. You might have seen this on Twitter. Some have accused it of being the ultimate sin, cringe.
You absolutely sound like that.
No, you absolutely sound like that.
You're fucking stupid.
A tweet from Mr. Matty Plays making fun of the dialogue racked up more than 7 million views. Yikes. With some people knocking the winking, Joss Whedon-esque banter, while others felt like it was perfectly fine. It was video game dialogue. Wherever you stand on the issue, that's up to you, but a lot of people took issue with it. Regardless, the backlash is a huge bummer for Square Enix because Forspoken was one of the big revealed games for the PS5 back in 2020. They had a lot riding on this, and it comes from Luminous Productions, a Square Enix subsidiary. They also did Final Fantasy 15, so they put some muscle behind this game, and so far, early returns are not great. We got release dates for Redfall and Minecraft Legends, two pretty anticipated upcoming games from Microsoft. In the Xbox and Bethesda Developer Direct this week, they revealed that Redfall, the co-op vampire shooter from Arcane and Bethesda, will be coming out May 2nd. We also learned that Minecraft Legends, that's an action strategy game, will release April 18th. We also got to see some gameplay from Forza Motorsport. That's due out sometime later this year. They also announced a new rhythm action game, Hi-Fi Rush, from Tango Gameworks. That's out now on Game Pass. Oh, and if you wanted to try Elder Scrolls Online, they're making all 20 previous chapters and DLC free to play for a limited time, as long as you have access to the base game. The good reception to The Last of Us series on HBO Max also helped sales of the game. GamesIndustry.biz reports that The Last of Us, well, Part 1 at least, returned to the best-selling charts in the UK at number 20. It saw a spike of nearly 240% in sales week over week. That is insane. The show has been very popular with critics and fans. It's currently sitting at an 84 on Metacritic. Very impressive score. I can think of a game like Forspoken that would kill to have that. Even more so, a 97% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 96% audience score. Critics and audiences actually agree on something. We are truly living in the end times. So yeah, it looks like we're seeing something similar to what Edgerunners did for Cyberpunk 2077. Well-received show. Spike the sales. Speaking of Square Enix earlier, it looks like that is all she wrote for the Marvel's Avengers game. On the game's official website, developer Crystal Dynamics announced that they are ending support of the live service superhero game later this year. So what does that mean? After update 2.8 on March 31st, they said they'll no longer add new content or features to the game. Why start now? And all official support for the game will end September 30th. Doesn't mean the game is going away though. Online, including multiplayer, will continue. But yeah, not a great ending to this after 2.5 years. I mean, this was going to be their huge, big IP live service game, but it struggled from the start. It had a buggy launch. There was delayed post-launch content, and ultimately just didn't live up to expectations, especially given such a big IP. Crystal Dynamics, of course, they wrote, "We know this is disappointing news, as everyone in our community has such a connection to these characters and their stories. We're so grateful that you came on this adventure with us." There have been reports lately that the upcoming Skate 4 will have loot boxes in it. Not my EA. EA says the game won't have paid loot boxes and that it won't be pay to win. Now, this comes after Insider Gaming, well, everybody's just using the various incarnations of that phrase. Insider Gaming reported that playtesters in Skate 4's beta found references to multiple loot boxes and currencies. That set off warning bells from fans, obviously prompting the game's official account to reiterate past comments that Skate 4 won't be pay to win It won't have paid gameplay advantages, no paid loot boxes, and no map areas will be locked behind a paywall. Now, that being said, it is a free-to-play game, so there's going to be some kind of monetization here, whether it's a battle pass, paid cosmetics, what have you. And it makes sense, gamers a little bit wary of these promises, given what we've seen from games like Diablo Immortal, which promised not to be pay to win, and they were just like, yeah, actually, it kind of is. All right, let's do an extremely fast review. Word of advice, if you want to try this game, wait a few months. Guarantee you'll get it for like $20. Now let's talk about the games coming out next week. First up, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition celebrates the 20th anniversary, of one of the most popular strategy games ever, now with 4K Ultra HD graphics and a fully remastered soundtrack. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition features the last cons with 3 new campaigns and 4 new civilizations. It comes to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One January 31st. Season, A Letter to the Future. Leave home for the first time to collect memories before a mysterious cataclysm washes everything away. Ride, record, meet people, and unravel the strange world around you. Immerse yourself in the world of Season, a third-person atmospheric adventure bicycle road trip game. Comes to PS5 and PC January 31st. Super Fuse, an alien threat looms in a new comic book-inspired early access action RPG. Take on waves of grotesque minions with up to 4 friends in co-op, or go it alone and uncover a vast conspiracy that endangers all of humanity. Become a hero in a world where superpowers are controlled by society's elite. Comes to PC January 31st. Deliver Us Mars is an atmospheric sci-fi adventure taking you on a suspense-fueled high-stakes mission to recover the Ark colony ships stolen by the mysterious Outward. Comes to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S February 2nd. Fashion Police Squad. Even at this moment, guys, our fashionable city is under assault. Baggy pants, dull suits, sightings of socks with sandals. It kind of sounds like the 90s. A message needs to be sent, and it needs to be sent in style. Time to serve some good old fashion justice. Why did I put this one in here? Y'all are not going to buy this game. Anyway, it comes to, if you're interested, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC, February 2nd. And finally, Spellforce, Conquest of Io. On a journey to great magical might, explore and control the lands of Io, or Io. In this ever-changing turn-based strategy RPG, field armies and heroes in tactical combat, finish hundreds of quests, and gather spells and artifacts to become the most powerful mage of all. Comes to PC February 3rd. That's the Inside Games Digest. Hope you guys are having a great week. Big shout out to all our Patreon supporters. You guys seriously make it possible for us. We'll see you soon.